Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Glad you're along, and we're going to do one of my favorite dishes. It's a salmon dish. Now, a lot of you folks probably are maybe not fish people, but I got a really good dish, pretty simple to make. You can make it at home. Doesn't need a lot of ingredients, about 40 minutes time, really. And you can come up with a real sweet, natural, I guess the word's right, natural, but a sweet glaze, really good glaze, and a really good flavor of fish. I used to get a lot of fish dishes, and they would taste real fishy or not, missing some of those accented tastes you like. And I found this dish, and what I did was I actually kind of tweaked it. The original recipe I saw in all recipes called for a few other different items, and I've taken it, which I've done several times in my kitchen. I've gone in and tweaked things to my taste, so you can do the same thing. But it's a pretty simple dish, and we'll start. And you guys ready? Let's jump at it. Also, very big thanks to my wife, W40, who's shooting this for us. Okay, we're back in the kitchen. We got everything all set, ready to go. We're ready to get our prep done. So we got our fish out. Again, it's been thawed, it was frozen, but I suggest just a good, any market's going to have it, any of your grocery store's going to have a good salmon fillet. You want the skin on. I think the skin is important as far as keeping the flavor in, and especially if we're going to marinate it for the grill. We're not doing the grill here, so this is going to be in the oven. It's baking at 400. You can do this in the oven. I'm sorry, in the grill as well, oven grill. You can do it. This is kind of the basic way I do it. I would say 9 times out of 10. Although I've had some very good success with this on the grill recently. So we'll show what we're gonna do. I'll take a little bit of just my basic. This is Greek seasoning here. Cabiner's Greek seasoning. I love it in salads. I love it just about any vegetable. It's a good little, just to toss. There's already some seasoning on this salmon. I'm going to toss a little bit on there. Not a lot, but on there a little bit here. And I'm going to take a little bit of black pepper. Toss the black pepper on there. Now, I like a little kick here. We like a little bit of kick. Now, you want to be careful. I don't want a lot of salt, a lot of sodium, but Tony, how do you say it? Cherries? How do you say it? Something like that.
No idea.
Something like that. Creole seasoning, good stuff. This is really a good, oftentimes you see this in restaurants that serve Cajun food and whatnot, but very good stuff. Good solid seasoning salt. As I mentioned, I do like a little barbecue rub because this does have a little barbecue taste to it. If you were going to smoke it or do it in the grill, this rub really comes in handy. I won't use as much as I usually use, just a little touch of the rub, and it's a Stubbs rub, and I'll show it to you in a second. Little Stubbs beef spice rub right there. Get a shot of that. Good stuff. Now, while that's kind of sitting, you can marinate this. And if you're going to be on the grill, I suggest marinating the filet, maybe in some Italian dressing, something like that. Maybe even some Italian dressing with a little touch of olive oil, something to kind of give it where it won't stick. You do have, sometimes when you get the grill too hot, the fish will stick. We're using the oven, so we shouldn't have a problem. We'll be fine. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. I'll pull out of the secret compartment here. Where we go? There we go. Kind of some of our bowls. It's a generic bowl. Here's what I was talking about earlier. Oh, I let you leave one thing out here, GM. I mentioned the Louisiana sauce. This is something I do. I do toss this on my base just a little bit there. And it does mix with the glaze, but I don't put it with the glaze. But I do use that Louisiana sauce. That's a big player. Okay, here we go. So we're going to take I'm going to use the blackberry jam. You can use raspberry. The original recipe that I found wanted you to use spread, but I found actually that a fruit spread or even a jam or jelly, to me, it has more taste. I mean, the spread was kind of for folks that don't like a lot of times you get a spread or a jam. For example, a jam will have more of the what's the word for it?
Sugar?
The bits in it, the little pieces, that it will be
seeds.
Seeds. There you go, the seeds. There you go. Thank you very much, as the peanut gallery helps. I'm going to put a spoon. Actually, I'm going to use the whole thing because we're just about out. So we're just going to go ahead and fire off all that. I'll make a little bit of bigger sauce here. And basically, it's going to be a half and half. It's going to be half jelly, half barbecue sauce. Take the barbecue. Got a little. Again, can be anything. Can be if you have a homemade sauce. This is Sweet Baby Ray's. I've used Stubbs. I've used anything from whatever you want. A generic barbecue sauce works. And this is. I'm going to take that and just going to actually I'm going to shake it just in case. Make it all. There we go. So squeeze it in there, like so. And we got it basically even there. And I'm just going to take it and just going to stir it up here. You see it, a little hard to tell when it's the blackberry here because it does mix, but it is mixing here. Get a shot of it. We're mixing. And you can actually, if you're standing over it, you can smell the sweetness of the spread or the jelly or jam or whatever you want to use, fruit spread. Fruit spread's probably the best. You can smell that spread and the barbecue sauce kind of mixing. And most barbecue sauces are sugary based anyway, so you're kind of doubling up on that. You can use a spicier sauce, and I've done this before. I've actually put in this sauce, I've touched a little Tabasco. We'll do it here. Touch a little bit of Louisiana in there, not a lot, a little touch of it to kind of mute that over sweetness, but it'll give it a pretty good balance there. So let's just mix that in there. So now we've got, as you see here, got a nice glaze. We're ready to go. Oven's fired up. We're ready to go. We're going to take it over here to the filet. We're just going to spoon a little bit on top and just going to put it over the top there. And we have to clean the kitchen while we're doing the show. My wife is very talented. She's able to do that. Just a little over here. Now, what we're doing to save what I don't use here, we're going to use a little bit more. We're going to kind of spread it out there. A brush probably works better. I don't have the best utensils here, but a brush probably works better. And we're going to just go ahead and spread it out there. I'm going to save a little bit more for the end, for about halfway through. We'll just put a little bit more on there. So, got our glaze going. Grab me a little mitt here. Take that. I'm going to put it in the oven, ready to go. Oven at 400. We're going to bake this thing. We're going to set it for 20 minutes. And I'll check back at the 10-minute mark and see how the glaze is going. So we're going to set it right now. And we're going to wait 20 minutes. Actually, we'll wait 10 minutes. We'll come back and see how it looks. And we'll go back and show you how it looks in 20. How about that? All right, we're at the 10-minute mark. We're going to take it out and just pull it out real quickly here. And I'm going to add a little more glaze. As you can already see that most of that glaze is starting to materialize. We'll put a little bit on there, a little bit more on there, a little fresh glaze on there. A little tad more and you'll see it. And then, gotta move it around there. It's a little tad more. And we're about halfway done. So they're 10 minutes. We're ready to rock. So we're gonna take it and just slide it back in. And we will.
Spilled on the oven.
Well, spill in the oven. It is a live cooking demonstration, my love. So that sometimes happens in live cooking demonstrations. That's why you're here. All right, 10 more minutes. We'll be ready to go, and we'll be able to see how it turned out. All right, 20 minutes are up. Let's take out the salmon, see how it looks, see how it tastes. Let's check it out. All right, here we go. Pull it out there. It's a little warm. And pull it out. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be just fine. Close out the. I can smell the rub too. It smells great. Looks good. Looks really good. I put that little glaze. The glaze is almost perfect. Looks great. Let's just check it out and see how it tastes. It's gonna be a little warm, but see it flakes. Oh yeah. There you go. Looking good. Looking good. Woo! That'll work. Not a play. That is DV's Kiss Salmon. There we go. Make it at home. Takes about 40 minutes tops. Have some fun with it. Enjoy it. And of course, you can do it on the grill as well. But again, enjoy it. Good stuff. Kiss Salmon.